Bonus
That
reel.
wasn't bad. See, I think our problem is
material.
practice. Getting comfortable with each other, talking with each other.
Yeah.
I think
recording, so that's good.
Yeah, I think the whole, here's the outline, here's what we want to do. I mean, I didn't mind the scripted outline thing. That wasn't too bad. I'd love to see how that actually turned out. But,
yeah, I'm still working on it.
Yeah, but I think I think it's better when we just sit there and we have a
Actually, in this video, I enjoyed Scott being verbose because it gave me time to think. So
I kind of like this one better.
that was a good thing. As far as I'm concerned, that was a good thing.
verbose. No, I like women.
I don't know what's wrong with misogynist. I like a massage.
Yeah. And they were saying the whole thing was sexy. Well, I happen to think that sexy is a good thing. Oh, sexist.
I also think we didn't stab too violently at the SJWs in this video, which I think was good. I was trying to show some reserve.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'd rather lose it over continuity.
But I do think that you're right, though. I think regardless of what, even if there was a really awesome show that was going to be, hey, we're going to reboot this and we're really going to dedicate. We're going to get these writers, and they've ruined the damn thing by the checklist.
Like I said, Lost in Space is the exception that proves the rule. Most reboots are lazy. If you start with laziness, what's the end result going to be? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but as you said, just the concept of a reboot is lazy. It means that you weren't creative enough to come up with your own story.
Right.
And I think that there are hundreds of freaking stories out there, whether they're trope ridden or not, they're still better than rehashing something. Do we need 15 freaking Spider-Man origin movies? No. Do we need 8 different freaking Fantastic Four? No.
But once again, this is the public rewarding bad behavior. I did not go see the Spider-Verse. I did not. When was the last? Age of Ultron, I think, was the last Marvel movie I actually saw in the theaters, and I was just done at that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I rewarding bad behavior? I don't want to do this. I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies in the theaters. I barely go to the movies anymore.
My nephew and I went to watch The Last Jedi, and there was a dude standing there at the door as everyone was leaving, and his comment was, "No one's smiling. No one's happy."
No.
No kidding.
And it's like,
yeah. What the hell just happened?
Yeah, it was like,
why do I want to watch the next one?
Zero.
Well, I sympathize with Frank. I mean, when you fundamentally take away what and who Luke Skywalker was, why would you do that?
Why even involve them in this verse in these sequels anyway?
They find his lightsaber. She goes through this whole thing to go down and track him down and find him on a not really deserted freaking island in the middle of some.
Yes, that's true.
And then what does he do when she here's the here it is. Here's Excalibur.
Fuck it.
That's right.
What the But
I blame George.
That's what
it is. It's just more of a continuation of what they were doing. Is that men are stupid, men don't do anything right, women are the ones that are in charge. And I've
seen the new Star Wars animations where Princess Leia has to do everything, and Luke and Han are completely incompetent.
No, haven't seen.
Oh my goodness,
haven't seen because I don't want to.
Right. Disney is coming out.
I don't want to willfully subject myself to something.
Right, I got you. But wait, there's more. Disney's coming out with the original trilogy in Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Do you know who General Dodonna is? He's the guy who gives the lecture at the Death Star with the Death Star plans, explaining where the weakness is.
Okay, yeah.
They are digitally putting Princess Leia in his place. So Princess Leia is going to explain how to the fighter pilots how to defeat the Death Star. And they're going to be adding Leia all over the place in that trilogy.
See, now that's the thing now here's the thing.
Greedo shooting first was a slippery slope.
I actually now don't get me wrong, I actually like that they CGI'd Tarkin. I actually like that they CGI'd.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. You could tell,
right?
You could tell, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the Matrix. Fighting. The 10,000. Agent Smiths bad. But. And then it was nice to see them do the CGI thing for Carrie, but for me, it's great that they can do that, but it's like, well, what are you going to do now? I mean, I think it was a bad thing when they changed the end of, they put Hayden Christensen in instead of the actor.
Yeah.
If you were going to do that, then you should have backed up and digitally replaced him when Luke took his mask off.
Yes,
which would look weird.
If you exactly,
bad enough they took his eyebrows off.
But if
you're not 50 years old,
going to do that, then that's when you should have done it, because otherwise, here's the thing: Yoda would not be old, and Obi-Wan would not be old.
Yeah, why didn't they put Ian McGregor in there as well?
Where the hell was Qui-Gon? I mean, what the hell?
I had once said this somewhere, that what George Lucas should have done is, initially when Luke looked towards Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Yoda, first he sees them, and then all of a sudden a crowd of other Jedi suddenly appear behind him. Yeah.
See, now that would have been awesome.
Yes.
That I think would have been awesome.
I've got a list of improvements, believe me, but that's one, and of course you could have put one of the guys could have been black. Sure. There's your Qui-Gon, there's your Mace Windu.
Windu. I'm one of them weird
aliens. They could have all been in freaking masks.
I'm one of them weird people. Mace Windu didn't die. He got his ass handed to him. He went and hid somewhere. That son of a bitch is alive somewhere, I guarantee.
I have evidence to support that, but we'll talk about that at some other time.
I mean, if you got a guy that can be cut in half and then have robotic blow up half, I mean, they can do anything.
Well, that was another mistake. One of the best villains in Star Wars, and he kills them all.
Body parts.
As somebody answered
Good work, George.
Because I haven't seen it, and it's not that it's okay. I'm not going to say it's that I didn't look, but I didn't want to look. Like, someone was telling me that in Rogue One, like, Jar Jar Binks is actually in that movie.
I didn't see him. I know that Dr. Evasian and Ponda Baba, the two guys who threatened Luke in the cantina, there's a quick cameo where he passes them.
Rogue One's not too bad.
And they were in a pissy mood then, too, so I can understand after going and drinking.
Rogue One wasn't too bad.
If you were to take continuity off the table, I actually think Solo is an outstanding movie.
Yeah.
But if you bring continuity back onto the table, it gets an F. It's done.
Yeah, they didn't.
I could say the same thing of Rogue One. It's Solo, Rogue One, and the rest are all garbage in my eyes.
Well,
they did need to do an origin story for Solo.
They did.
They did not need to do that.
Dan Crispin did it and succeeded. Charles Daly did it and succeeded. Lester Neil Smith did it and succeeded.
But they didn't
want to hear it. It can be done.
Yeah, it can be done, but the way they do it, they ruin it.
It can.
I still think the fans were pissed off because of The Last Jedi. It was a protest boycott.
Well,
it wasn't because people didn't want to see this.
But you see, that's what happens when a franchise gets bastardized. It doesn't matter. You could. I mean, I guarantee you, they could do a complete 180 on the new Star Wars that's coming out, and I guarantee you, people will not go see it simply because The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Yep.
Screw it. Done. Because even your hardcore fans, I mean, you look at what happened to Doctor Who. Hardcore fans, people that watched that show for 30 freaking years, quit watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, their ratings are just plummeting.
Yeah, this is garbage. I'm not watching it.
And I just don't understand why they cannot get this into their narcissistic skulls.
Because
open on a solid story.
Because you don't. You don't. And I think the problem started probably back in the late 70s, early 80s, where it's like what are we? It's a cartoon. Cartoon is supposed to entertain. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to entertain.
Yeah.
They're like, well, let's see if we can teach stuff. Let's see what is the child learning during this 5-minute segment of this cartoon. Well, I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be. If you look back at the originals of Popeye, if you look back at the original Bugs Bunny, those were not made for children. Those were made for adults during freaking wartime.
Yeah, that's what my dad was laughing to.
Going to the movies was an event. That was a whole thing.
Yes.
You went. You got your stuff. You met people. You went in. You sat down. You watched the newsreel. You watched the cartoons that take your mind off the newsreel. You watched a movie. They had an intermission. The freaking movie was so.
It was television.
You went outside. You had a smoke. You did some cocaine. Maybe you got a blowy. Who knows? And then you go back inside and you watch the rest of the movie.
Oh my goodness.
They need to bring back the intermission. If a movie's going to be 2 hours long, let's take a break at the 1 hour mark so we can go.
But see, that's the thing. That's why movies got cut to 90 minutes because some number cruncher somewhere went, you know what? We're gonna lose people at 90 minutes.
Yeah, but if they already got the ticket money, I don't get that.
Well, but see, that's the thing, is that you ever watched the movie Amadeus?
I've seen pieces of it.
On HBO.
Okay. He's got his his show going on. They're playing his music. And right in the middle of him playing this big, huge symphonic thing, the king yawns. Exactly.
Oh my.
And yeah, and it was like that was the worst possible thing that could have happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think it would go the same way. You watch. It was funny to me because Terminator 2 went 2 hours and 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, excuse me.
And it was hilarious because some guy during the Gulf War, some dude, like his wife, recorded it and sent it to him. She recorded it on 2 hour speed. It's a 2 hour and 5 minute movie.
Darn it! Everything's a little fast.
Oh yeah, no, it was great up until the time it stopped. Like 5 minutes left in the movie. It's like, damn it, this sucks. But I think it was that the movie? Anyway,
I don't know.
But I want to say it was. Maybe it wasn't 2. I don't know. But
it was truncated.
Whatever it was, it was a 2 hour and 5 minute movie, and it was recorded on a 2 hour speed. But it's one of those things where I think that the major downside is there's no good storytelling because they're trying to promote agenda.
Yeah.
And I really think that it's, Peter Parker's parents were killed. Wow, say that 15 times real fast. His parents were killed, and he watched and was actually, in a way, he was responsible for his uncle's death.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Parker's parents perished permanently.
Surely. Perished prematurely. But
prematurely. No, that's prematurely permanently.
Yeah.
Posthumously.
But I mean, lost my train of thought on that one. But
good storytelling.
But that's good. Yeah, that's good.
He was responsible for his uncle's death because
with great power comes great
responsibility.
To much that is given, much is expected. That's actually the actual Bible verse that's being channeled.
Right. But see, here's the thing, and you can validate this. Yeah, it's biblical, but too many people take that out of context and try to make it mean something else.
Yeah.
The classic example of that was Barack Obama used that because that was his excuse for raising taxes on the rich. It's like,
Well, I think Stan Lee had good motivations because he was trying to teach us.
Stan Lee was a great guy, and I don't care how they want to spin it. The X-Men was not about being gay. X-Men, being a mutant is not a euphemism for being gay. It's not. It's being any type of outsider.
Yeah.
It's not specific to being gay. It's just not. And the social justice warriors made that.
Well, they have championed it.
They have championed it. Oh, he's talking about, no, he's talking about the joke. He's talking about average kids that feel like they're left out because they're different.
He's talking about the kind of guy that has to keep his eyes shut because if he opens them, these rays come out and he kills everything.
Right, exactly. You know?
Yes.
So, or the blue guy that disappears in shadows, which they never, ever freaking do in the movies. I don't understand that, but, you know.
Bamf.
Yeah. Love that. Bamf. I think it would be really great if they were to go back and just take a random comic book and make a freaking movie off of that. You know, let's go. We're going to make another X-Men movie. But we're going to go back to the one where Thunderbird dies. That's the freaking one we're going to do.
Paul had the 12-inch action figure of Rom.
Rom was probably the only comic that I had because I had the 12-inch toy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Well, I had a Batman graphic novel at one time too, and
wow, that's a 12-inch toy.
It was the small book was
Was it a figurine?
No, I'm talking about the comics that I've had.
It was a comic, but they also made a toy.
Yeah, I had the toy
of the comic book character.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought it was the other way around. The comic book was based off the toy. I didn't know them.
Well, they were done together. It was a multimedia thing. It was done in coordination. Of it. So it was an experiment. It wasn't the most popular thing.
I wasn't big in the comic book, so I had that, and I had a Batman.
Well,
thing.
I recall.
And I looked at Spider-Man in the paper.
Yeah.
I always figured, well, if someone's coming to kick your ass, just don't be Spider-Man for a while.
No, I should have saved all my old pulp.
Well, we used to get all kinds of comic books, and it was hilarious because my brother bought a comic book and he didn't want me to read it, so he was going to hide it from me, and he knew I was afraid of the gerbils. So
he might have had the Flash one. Fantastic.
He never got to read it either because shredded it. But I remember I think it was actually 169. X-Men 169 is the one where Thunderbird dies. And I remember we decimated that freaking thing, drawing in it, tracing stuff over it, and the last time that I saw a price on that one was probably mid-80s, and it was worth like over $350.
Yeah. I held Green Goblin #1 in my hand from 1974. It probably got thrown out and destroyed, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember Green Goblin.